side, I mean, just you expect to play a bigger role coming up here Wednesday, and what can you bring to the team?
Yeah, definitely expect to play a bigger role. I think just physicality, defensive presence. I think that's kind of always been where my niche was throughout my career, and I think that's something that can kind of help the team out in different areas. So I think that's something that would be good.
What's the transition been like for you? Just obviously coming from Belmont, moving to the Big Ten. What have been some of the challenges with that?
Yeah, definitely been different. Just going from being a starter to playing a lot less minutes, and so I think that's been an unusual kind of thing for most people in their career. But it's been something I've embraced a lot, and I really enjoyed being here. And I think the challenges was just, the teams are just better. It's kind of just how it goes, and I think the opportunities to just play at a higher level has been great. It's been really exciting, and I think bringing it every day has been something it's been a challenge, but it's been fun too. It's been good.
Not ideal circumstances going in because Lodgy's hurt, but pretty excited to get more minutes here.
Absolutely, definitely excited. I definitely feel like I'm ready too. Been working really hard with the coaches on and off the floor. Just keeping me ready, prepared. It's something that you never want to happen, obviously, but they had always told me that you just never know how a season goes, and so they've always been really good about encouraging me and believing in me, and so I think that this should be a really exciting time for me. Yeah.
Talk about the importance of rebounding. That's one of the things I know you do, and that's where the team needs some help.
Yeah, even looking at last game, I know people are talking about the rebounding numbers, and I think that was disappointing for us as a team. And it's just an area where size and physicality might help, and I think some games are better than others when it comes to rebounding, but just making that more of a focus, because I know that if I can provide that for a team, then I can see more minutes on the floor. So.
I know you said the teams are better, of course, in the Big Ten. How much more physical is Big Ten basketball compared to where you were playing before?
Yeah, it is more physical, but I think all college basketball is physical to a certain extent. I think that's something that's kind of universal, and I think guys are overall larger and stronger, I think, but in terms of physicality, it actually probably is quite similar. I think no matter what level you play, guys are going to bring it regardless. So
that transition, has it made it difficult to, I guess, not get in foul trouble? The big difference between, I guess, coming from the NBC to the Big Ten and adjusting that way? Yeah,
definitely. I think, the more I play, the more you kind of feel it out. I don't know, it's hard in limited minutes to get a good feel, a flow for the game, but as you play more games, you get more comfortable with it. I think early in the year, it was just kind of trying to feel it out. It's just so new. I think a lot of guys felt that way too, and so you kind of get into a groove as the year goes on, so it gets a little easier.
Were games officiated different in the Big Ten than they were in the conference you played previously? Have you noticed?
Yes, I think you get away with a little bit more.
Okay.
I think the coaches are a little harder on the refs in this conference.
Okay.
I think that they're in their ear a little bit more, and I think that they let stuff go. You would think, but it really depends, honestly, on the crew you get and how the game's going. It's every game's unique, but I think for the most part you get away with a little more.
Maryland can be pretty physical. I've seen them talk about the challenge they bring on the front line.
Yeah, no, defensively they're great team, really physical. So good challenge, I think.
Obviously, you just being from here, what has this been like to be a part of the Iowa program? And
yeah, it's been awesome. You went to high school here and grew up in the area, and so obviously I was a big fan, and so I have a great appreciation for it too, just being somewhere else and getting the chance to come back as more mature and older. I think that was good for me, and I think it's just really fun. I get to wake up and go to Carver and practice and play with the guys, and it's really been exciting, and I've really enjoyed it.
You played against a lot of guys last year who were in this league this year. One of them was Cricky. What do you remember about your matchups with Valpo?
Yeah, Valpo didn't have a great year last year, but Ben was always a tough guard, just the way he plays. he's more of a, you know, face up 5-man and shoots it really good, and so that was a little different for me last year. But you know, it was fun to go from being a guy you play against to, you know, he's my roommate now, and so it's been kind of nice to build that relationship, and it was a little easier, you know, when I came here. We both kind of knew of each other